And welcome back to the Don't Make This Weird podcast. Why is things making all those noises? All right, turn that down. What the hell? I'm your host, Tony, and with me, as always, is Heather. Wow, you're looking great. You're looking radiant. Did you go to have a spa day or something like that?
No, I ended up not feeling well, and then I slept.
What is this sleep you speak of?
It doesn't usually happen, but when you're not feeling down or not feeling good and you're down for the count, it's like, okay. So
That's
I'm pulling it
fair.
off well. That's good to know. That is good to know. Hello, weirdos. Hello, Tony. How is it going?
It is going. It's been a very, very productive morning. I think I have 12 videos trying to finish up production and render because I'm putting stuff for Patreon, but I will get to that later. What about your week? Let's talk about your week.
Okay, guys, here's the thing. Every time we talk about the weeks and stuff, first and foremost, hello, everybody in chat. Thank you for jumping in, hanging out with us. We will get to you here in just a second. So, it's generally kind of the same because, a lot of hours and a lot of things, it's different. I was hoping to make it down around that way, make it down to go see my dad and everything, but again, it's just you get to that point when you work and you're continually working a lot that you just get drained. And unfortunately, that's easy for me. So I spent a lot of maybe that's why I'm glowing. I got a chance to relax a little bit more this week, but now I'm going into a 7-dayer, and so next week you guys will see Brandon again, which I'm thankful that he's able to fill in. And I thank you guys for being kind to him and supportive of the channel. So it's just been a lot of that. I got a chance to watch some of the Fallout. Only half of it, though, because I was watching it via Discord, and it started to, cut out and pause, and I was like, gosh. I mean, I could watch it on my own, but I'm not. So I was like, damn it, it's doing the thing. It's doing the thing. So it's really good, though. So I found that Fallout filter thing that makes a little video. I thought that was so cool.
They are really cool.
So it's been a great show. I'm really liking that a lot. Just kind of working on getting ready for June, getting my house all put together, things like that. Going through stuff, doing the spring purge, getting rid of shit that I don't need. Because I continually have been kind of replacing things that are broken, things that don't, really match with my style and stuff, or the things that are still good condition, donating them, doing that kind of thing. So that's been kind of nice to be able to get some of that stuff done. Other than that, just trying to get back into my creative bent, making things, doing things. I started to do a little bit of a reverse tie-dye on black, I had a black sweatshirt. I was doing a reverse tie-dye on it. So, I'm feeling good when I start getting back into doing some of those kinds of things. And then, just doing the thing, trying to get my health in order, figure out what's all what, and getting back on track with everything, which is always a good feeling, but it's not because your body's like, why are we changing shit again? But I'm trying to navigate through that, continue to keep connection with you, and finding different things out for the channel and things to do. You're talking about Patreon and all those different things. So I'm going to put it out there, and you guys, please be kind. What kind of things would you like to see if you were a Patreon subscriber or patron? What would you like to see that I would be able to do for the channel for you guys? Because I am kind of at a loss of what to do. I'm happy that you got some of those done, but I would like to also add those. And I am trying to navigate doing those kinds of fun things and actually doing things with life instead of just working all the time. So I definitely wouldn't mind being able to do that. So let me know what you guys think. I cracked some packs at the newest one that came out. I ended up pulling a $20 card. I will look for that while you're looking so I can tell you which one it was. But I really did like the set.
Nice.
I don't know what you think about it, but I liked it. It makes me think of Red Dead Redemption, so that's why I really liked it a lot. But yeah. So there. I see there's stuff in the chat. Okay, if you don't mind, I'll go ahead and knock this out because you guys are going crazy right now.
No, go ahead. Get caught up in chat, and then we'll switch over to how my week was.
Okay, Mr. Guy says, "Hey weirdos." Baghead says, "Does that mean Brandon is weird too?" He is a weirdo too. Yes. Brandon says, "Sup weirdos." Mr. Guy at Baghead and louder. Yes. Twiddler's joining in. Hey Twiddler, doobies. Brandon says, "Tony, consummate professional." MTG attitude. "Hey guys, going to eat dinner. I'll catch up with you in about an hour." Great, Dave. Thank you. Brandon said, or Mr. Guy says that Brandon. I said consummate V's. Hi Dave. Hi Dave. Hi Dave. Brandon says I'm the weirdest of the weirdos. Brandon says, "What did you make me for dinner?" MTG. Hey guy. Hey guy. Hi guy. I'm not even trying. Brandon said. At MTG attitude. Mr. Guy. Steak and Baghead, nothing but the best for my buddy from Michigan, Dave says. Dave makes a bomb-ass steak. That is true.
He does.
The first time they came to visit, Dave even cut my steak up for me, and I was like, "Dave, you don't have to do that." Dave is an amazing cook.
Straight facts.
And Baghead throwing love. Mr. Guy says, "Yes, he do." And Dave says, "Thanks, Brandon." Brandon says, "Getting a slight echo from Heather, probably a room positioning thing again."
Probably.
And Becca says, "I made goulash yesterday." Dave says, "I think Heather is lost in Mr. Guy's huge vagina. Seriously, echo." Becca says Heather should do a duet with Baghead.
Yes.
Brandon says the Cap'n Crunch French toast was pretty fire too.
Oh my God, that was amazing.
And at Dave, what the hell? And Dave says, "Come to the island, Brandon. You can get both again."
Nice.
Oh, wow. You guys are showing up. Is it really that bad of an echo? Let me know. Thank you. All right. Tony, how has your week been, my friend?
Holy cow. Let me get into the quick chat over here. Louder, join us over on Twitch land, and he's throwing rhinos. Let me double check over on Rumble. All right. Hey, you guys are over there in chat. Say howdy so I can go through and give you a shout out real quick. But yeah, my holy cow, like little buddy. Wow. I don't know what it is about this week, but I just got a fire lit under my ass and trying to get a lot of the stuff done and hit the ground running. Obviously, I didn't do Guitar Fridays because it was the open mic night, and it just kind of reminded me of why I get to do the things that I get to do, and I love being able to do them because if I'm not in front of this goofy thing right here and talking into this thing right here, I'm playing guitar, and I've been back in writing music and composing songs, and I've been sharing this stuff because I got Dino set up on Discord finally and was showing him how easy it was to go through and share sessions and do stuff like that. And he was like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, welcome to the 21st century of sharing and composing music. So that was all over the course of the weekend. And then as we do, getting the opportunity to play Rule of Cool because Monday was supposed to be my day off. That didn't happen because I ended up composing more videos, and obviously we got a group text that we're constantly brainstorming. We can't talk about that because we got some cool stuff coming down the pipe. But Rule of Cool was Tuesday. Things happen. Some characters were brought back into the storyline, which did not see coming.
Yeah, I did not see that coming.
No, absolutely not. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So having all of that was a nice little pleasant surprise, and that was that was really fun to kind of see that. A bit meta too, which was really weird. But yeah, if you guys want to know what that's about, go check out Rule of Cool. Links are in the description and the featured channels. But then we did the continuation and finishing of the pool game over there on MTG Attitude and Magic Gaming Jerks. You guys, holy cow, showed up, showed out, blew it up, and we kept Editor J hopping all night long. Which, I mean, you guys came over which shout out to all you guys if you're watching this in live in the chat or you're watching this on the replay. Holy cow, like you guys showed up. We got a couple of patrons out of it. We got a couple of new subscribers. Thanks you guys so much. We appreciate that, which was, I guess, part of the process of lighting a fire under my ass to get the patron stuff set up. So I dropped a bunch of videos, which we'll talk about that a little later on. So that way you guys, you know what you get when you become a patron. And we'd love to hear from you about what else you'd want once we talk about that. But yeah, here we are. And it's Thursday. Holy shit. The week just flew by. And man, it's crazy because I mean, I blinked. And here it is 7 days later, let alone into a new month.
So that's another thing that really got me. I was like, holy shit, we're already here?
We're 5 months into the year on the second day.
On the second day. I'm like, okay, this month's going to go by quickly. And before I know it, I will be hanging out on the island with all of you fantastic dudes. I don't know.
Exactly.
Is that better? I moved it closer. I don't know if that's going to help. Let me know, guys.
It sounds all right. On my end, at least. But yeah, you're going to Wiener Island. Isn't that the point?
I mean, yes. So, the island, which is a bunch of, like, I don't know a couple of the guys that are going to be there, I think. But for the most part, you know, Dave, Jay, Mr. Guy will be there. So, you know, I know them. I don't know if Rudy's going to be there. I know him. So it's not anything different, but I feel like it's a fucking, like, huge honor to be able to go because that's where those guys go to chill. Be guys.
Yes.
And for me to be invited, like, I really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to going fishing. I have not fished. I did not fish last year at all. At all.
Boo.
And for someone that did competitions and stuff, like, it's weird for me to not have even touched any of that last year. But, you know, I got into the silly season in the summertime with moving up here and changing positions in my job and career, whatever, that I didn't even get a chance to even... So this year I'm taking that chance. So I might be a little bit rusty when we go out there, go on the boat, go fishing. I'm already being told that I'm going to be, yeah, there it is in chat, taught how to fish, which I laugh at him saying that because I used to compete. Get out of here with that business. But then again, you know, when you go fishing at different places, you don't know. Like Michigan, I know what to throw. I know how to get fish here.
Right.
So it might be a challenge. You might have to teach me, but I'm not going to ever say that you did. That's all.
Well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're literally throwing a pole in the water with some sort of bait. You're going to get something, right? It's fish, it's water, it's food. Fish got to eat, bird got to swim.
Yeah, so yeah, it is definitely. But you figure out what works in that time of the year. I mean, there's just like a whole thing to it, and I learned a lot going out and fishing and everything like that. Like here in Michigan, doing the tournaments and different things. Like I learned a lot of what to actually put out there in, you know, water safety, all that kind of stuff, even though I really am not good at swimming still to this day. I can doggy paddle. That's all. That's all. So, oh my God, you guys are blowing up chat. Yeah, I think also it might be that I jumped onto Discord before I had my microphone set up, so that's probably what's going on right now.
That's fair. I
could probably go and reset that and then come back in and have a nicer sound. If it's really, really that bad, I definitely will. So tell me, guys. Let's see here. Wow. Yes. So Brandon says Heather is a big girl. She can cut her own chew up her own steak like a big girl growing up. Heather, or what? He's got a vagini. MTGA says it's got kind of you're talking on the phone in the bathroom type echo. It's got. Mr. Guy says everyone leave my mangina alone. I'm sensitive about it. And he said I'm not dissing your mangina or movies. Do your thing. Brandon says the finest of 8-bit magic live streaming.
Yes.
Mr. Guy says why you got to bring up my movies. And he also said we'll teach you how to fish. Mr. Bag says hi Mr. Guy hi. And the echo is most likely caused from the small room you're in and lack of visual effects on your wall, such as posters, paintings, you know how they're type stuff. Mr. Guy says that Baghead and Louder Louder, 229 days to High Guy.
Hi,
You're not the one
guy.
counting. And Baghead says, yeah. So good. Oh, you guys are fantastic.
You had Wang's Bistro, bro? Hell yeah. Louder popped in over there on Twitch and said he had Wang's Bistros for lunch.
Oh
Dude,
my God, that place is so good.
I love, love, love. So, yeah, about food, because fat guy
Let's
in a little
talk
coat,
about- let's talk
I
about food.
decided to go through and make my better half, my pulled chicken in the crock pot.
Yes.
And smashed the shit out of that. Basically made a chicken bowl with some serrano peppers, all the seasonings with a ridiculous amount of garlic. Threw in a poblano, a couple of onions, all the good nom noms.
So good.
And then when I pulled the chicken out of the crock pot, obviously it's falling apart. So I just threw it in, threw some of the sauce and whatnot in the chicken stuff. I fried it up real quick just to put some heat on it and boil it down with all of those juices. But there was still stuff left in the crock pot. Can you guess what it is that I made in the crock pot over the last 24 hours?
Fajitas?
Nope. Potato soup.
Oh, yummy. So you used what was left in there to make potato soup.
Yes, because
Oh,
when
buddy.
you use the stuff that's left, it's basically chicken broth.
Mm-hmm.
But you can throw in fat whole potatoes and just let that sit on the warm overnight, and it makes the thickest, most delicious potato soup. I use purple potatoes, which is great. And then and then I planted that's another thing I'll talk about. But no, I threw in some extra sharp cheddar and then just let that cook down for probably about another 20 minutes. Oh my God, it was so good. I had like 2 fat bowls of potato soup.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
And then for dinner, I had once again all of the chicken, shredded chicken, with some serrano peppers and some poblano's, and then some fresh chopped onions, big old chunks of stuff, and then threw in some more extra sharp cheddar. And oh God, it was so good. I still have a big ass bowl full of potato soup and basically shredded chicken. So I'm going to be eating like a king for the rest of the week.
That sounds so freaking good, dude. And guys, Tony isn't a fucking bomb ass cook too. Love it, because the best part about the way that you cook is that you add in seasoning. Like, you are not afraid to put seasoning in, and I'm the same way. One of the things that, when I cook and you guys try it out, you're like, man, it's interesting, because you'll get one flavor here, and then you'll chew a little bit more and you'll get a different flavor. And it's kind of the same with you. It's good though, because I grew up, my mom was very, very afraid of actually seasoning things. She would use salt and pepper, and that was her main thing. So even when I was younger, I'd make stuff while she was at work.
Yeah.
And she'd come home and she'd be like, how do you know how to season things? I don't fucking know. I just do it. You just do it. And that's one of the most magical things about being in the kitchen and being able to do that.
So here's the best part about cooking, and we've cooked in each other's kitchen several times. I consider myself truly blessed, because I grew up literally on the farm. My grandmother taught me almost everything I know about cooking, but she was a baker. So there's not a whole lot of leeway that you can get around with baking, but you have to understand chemistry at a very fundamental level. Boiling waters, making, pasta, doing dough, any of that stuff. Like, I still can't make grandma's hot Dutch apple pie with vanilla ice cream. Just doesn't taste the same. I don't know what the hell it is, but damn, hot pie, cold ice cream, a little bit of whipped cream. Yeah.
I've never made a pie. I've never actually made a pie before.
I've made tons of pies, and they're so fat kid approved. But no, I got my seasoning skills from my uncle, who was a 4-star chef.
Mhm.
And he literally taught me how to cook steak, use wines, use fresh ingredients. And guys, when I say fresh ingredients, they literally just came off the boat an hour before we made dinner because they brought them in from all parts of the country.
Mhm.
And you know, we we had fresh lobster from Maine that
Yum.
was literally being caught like 24 hours prior to that. We had fresh oranges from Florida to use some orange zest and some orange peel when we were cooking chicken, and we had fresh like sausage and shrimp and gator tail from Louisiana.
Oh my god.
I'm telling
Gator
you,
tail
like,
sounds so good, but I think I heard it's good. Like I've
yes,
heard it's super good. But the biggest issue with that is that generally when they make it, it's breaded. So
yes.
I've never tried it.
Grilled gator tail is absolutely amazing because we did a gator tail kebabs on the barbecue, and oh my god, it's so good.
I would
But
like to see those little bastards like have big bastard like on a skewer.
but that's the thing though is I took it one step farther as the older I got and tried to season and stuff, obviously to taste because everybody's palate's a little different. But when you go that much farther and you look a lot of at the old country way of doing things, Western and Eastern, each spice, each herb was meant to do something internally. Like when you look at cayenne pepper, when you put that shit in your body, it does some amazing stuff. Same thing with cinnamon, same thing with ground cloves, same thing with coriander, same thing with turmeric. All of these things. It's amazing. Like I'm just almost finished with my purple basil that I grew in my garden that I harvested 2 years ago.
So excited about this because I want a food dish made with just all purple stuff. Is that weird?
Well,
Just do it.
so that's what I wanted to get into is not only being a foodie and enjoying fresh stuff because, well, guess what? Now the farmers markets are open. So, you guys, if you have a local farmers market, please, I encourage you, go support it because generally there is nothing fresher at your local farmers market because either that morning or the night before it was still on the vine. So, go
Yeah.
enjoy that and shove it in your face. I was getting like 5-pound freaking bags of poblano peppers for like $2.50.
I love poblanos, and then when I found out like how to use those, not only just like in salad and stuff, but the stuffed peppers, using those, oh my god. The
Yes.
problem though that I didn't realize because I learned how to grill them, or roast them, open fire roast them on like my stove.
Yes.
Oh god, they fight back. I was like, I think I'm dying. Nobody told me about this.
What?
But the recipe came out so good.
Yes.
So good.
And that's the thing that I enjoy about it. So not only am I a foodie and I support the local farmers market, but I'm also a gardener who grew up on the farm
Hmm.
and not using insecticides and pesticides and all this other crazy shit. And if there was a fertilizer that I was actually using, it was all completely 1000% organic because it's stuff that I made myself.
Yeah.
And when you do that, the food tastes fresher and it tastes so much healthier when you can go out and grab something off a plant and crunch on it, whether it's a bean or a pepper or a tomato or the 16 purple potato plants that I just planted. I just did a Garden in Suburbia update. So if you ate today, ladies and gents, thank a farmer. And if you know a local farmer, you should be buying from them, whether it's eggs, whether it's produce, whether it's whatever, meat. Like, I guarantee if you went to your local farmer and said, hey, are you getting ready to go through and get a cow done? Cool. I will buy a quarter of that meat because it will not be fresher. And they will thank you because then you're putting bread on their table. So I'm not trying to be on a soapbox, guys, but if you ate, thank a farmer. If you want to buy food, go find a local farmer and buy all of the stuff from them because I guarantee they will thank you 1,000 times over. And if you can't, go support a local farmer's market. Or hey, here's an even better idea. Talk to the farmer, talk to the farmer's market and be like, how do you grow this so I can trade maybe? But that's the best part about it. The fresher the food, the healthier the feel, and the easier it is to do this stuff. Because I just went to the grocery store just trying to get a couple cases of water. And I think it was like pizza rolls or something for one of the kids that comes here and hangs out. Take a wild guess how much I spent.
Oh, I'm sure it was close to $50.
Yep. For a
Yeah.
couple of cases of water and a thing of pizza rolls. $53.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, because even just a little bit, like I started to go back to doing like the protein shakes and stuff again to kind of restart that to get my shit together. And by the time it was said and done, it was almost $200.
Right.
I
So,
was like, holy hell.
guys, the best part about it is growing your own food because then you don't need to go to the grocery store. And
Yeah.
there are so many ways that you can go through and preserve food that has nothing to do with chemicals and processes. It's literally just learning how to can year round.
Yeah.
I mean, they have classes at almost every local library. If you go to the local library, here's the best part about it. You don't even have to spend money on seeds because they probably have a seed lending library that they'll give you anywhere from 10 to 20 seeds packs for free.
For free. Yeah. That's
And then you
amazing.
just throw them in a bucket with some dirt and bing, bang, boom. Next thing you know, you're growing stuff.
Yeah, and that's a really cool thing. I mean, it's something that you should, all kind of everybody should try to learn or at least try to grow something, um, because that kind of does help with a little bit of that bill. I mean, it's not at the end of the day, it might not be super substantial, but even if you don't grow, going to the farmers market is definitely an amazing experience. I do miss
Yes.
that. Parts of me miss like being a part of it, but parts of me I've never actually until I was there visiting when they did their first one.
Yes.
I didn't actually get a chance to just go and be a patron there, like buying
Mm-hmm.
stuff and enjoying that. But when I got there, the best part about it, yes, I was a vendor there, but they were so like excited to see me. I like everybody stopped, gave me a hug. Like it was really nice to see everybody and to be able to get good things from the farmers market that people spend their time on making that stuff and growing and their time probably off of their 9 to 5 if that's not what they do fully. It was a really cool experience. It was cool to be a part of that up there or down there too. So
Well, and that's the great part about, supporting local. As you said, you develop these friendships and people are like, "Oh my God, you're back. What are you doing? How you been?" Because when you stepped away for a season, people's lives change. I mean, what was it? The two people had babies.
yeah, marriages, babies. Like I'm
Right.
just like I miss so much and just this little. So like in July will
Yes.
be an actual year since I have moved up here.
Yep.
So going back and being able to kind of hang out and see everybody, it's so great to be able to do that. Because I'll be honest with you guys. At the end of the day, Caro is my home. Like I miss Caro. I miss being there with all of you guys, and it is my home. It's
We
where
miss you
I've been
too.
for so long. I know, and if I get that chance, and I do end up coming back around that way, I do definitely want to, or when I do definitely want to start growing and canning and doing all that stuff too, because I want to learn that stuff. And I'm hoping I'll have more time to be able to kind of do
I'm
that.
calling it now. You'll be back sometime in June.
June, that's a big deal because I'm going to the island also. That's a lot to do in a little bit of time.
I mean, hey,
Better
we've
get my
done
butt
more
doing
shit in
more.
less time. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, all of you, I'm gonna need you all to come here and help me.
Well,
Help me
and
with
that's
that.
the thing is that, to go back to that whole community thing, that's what it's about. I mean,
Yes.
I don't know any local farmer. In fact, I, made a bunch of friends at the farmer's market, as did you.
Yeah.
And people would specifically give me stuff just for helping them unload their trucks or setting up their booths. They're like, hey, do you still want these radishes? And I'm like, oh my God, yes. And they would give me like
Oh,
a
nice.
10-pound bag of radishes. And I'm going, whoa, wait a minute. What do I owe you for this? And they're like, you helped us unload the truck and set up the booth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice. Like that's the kind of thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of a community, I'm gonna go ahead and jump over here to YouTube
Go ahead. Jump in on.
and see what we got going on. Brandon said, "What's your name?" MTGA, which I believe is John, says Tony. Yep, it's John. I'm going to miss that Mustang. Oh my God, John! I'm glad that you brought that up because when I seen you in chat, first and
Yeah.
foremost, buddy, I'm glad that you're okay. Secondly, holy shit, dude! I've
Yeah.
never seen someone's vehicle that burnt to a crisp before, and I'm so sorry. I know that you put so much work and like loved your Mustang. Like
Yeah.
that was nuts to see, and I'm glad you're safe.
No kidding.
MPG Dreamer joined in, says hello. Oh, hi Brian. Mr. Guy says Tony's description of his potato soup is like a food porn. And at MTG Dreamer, hi, Mr. Guy. MTG Dreamer says, hey guy. MTG John says, I miss Grandma's hot, fresh rhubarb pie. Haven't had it since I was a little kid.
Right.
And Mr. Ice is like, ginger actually causes a thermal regulation effect and warms you.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. And Brandon says, we're about to be a local farmer's market. What?
Yeah.
freaking awesome.
Dude, that's
What?
awesome.
And Brandon says, farmers are awesome, but fucking hate them when they take their slow ass tractors out on the road. And Baghead said, no, Brandon, I don't want to have friends throwing rhinos. And then Brandon says, Jeannie can teach you how to can. Yay!
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Well, and that's
Hell yeah.
I remember growing up on the farm and having to do just that, like driving this slow ass tractor full of equipment down the road. And you got people that weren't as aggressive as they were the older I got because,
Yeah.
Here you are, you're out trying to go through and get into the field and prep the field and plant the stuff. But I mean, no, seriously, guys, if you ate today, thank a farmer. It may not be the farmer that did it, but they appreciate your thanks because farming is not cheap to do it on a commercial scale, even to do it on a smaller residential scale. But in the same token, if you can produce enough food for 1 year by yourself, which is really easy to do, guys, you're supporting a system that is a local economy. And guess what? Everyone's going to flourish.
Yeah, I definitely want to learn how to do the canning, dry canning, dehydrating stuff. Just all the different things. I'd love to make my own salsa. Zickles, thank you, Brandon. He brought those when we were there. Jeannie had canned, and those were freaking amazing.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I took those home with me. What was left? They were so good. So zucchini pickles.
Yes. Oh, and by the way,
so
thank you,
good.
Jeannie, because those pickles were absolutely amazing.
And the jerky?
Yes.
I didn't have any of the jerky, but it looked amazing. Everybody was enjoying it, and I was like, that shit looks good. So thank you, Jeannie. Thank you, Brandon. It was nice of them to bring that stuff, or for him to bring that stuff. It was really good.
Yeah. Well, and that's the best part about doing stuff local. I mean, here we are in rural freaking America. And when you are part of that community, like, I think it's hilarious. I was talking with Brandon earlier about some of the stuff that we're trying to go through and get up and running and functioning and dropping multiple content on all of the platforms through the course of the week. And he's like, oh, yeah, by the way, Jeannie wants to know if you need more eggs. And I'm like, I would love more eggs, but right now I've got like 5 people giving me eggs.
Oh, that's so
So,
awesome, though. I'm like, I want some duck eggs. I hear those are very good.
well, yeah, and that's the best part about to be part of that because when you support local, you always get the surplus. And like right now, apparently, chickens are laying eggs like nobody's business. My well, Brandon said he's got too many eggs. So guys, if you're over in Brandon's neck of the woods, go buy their eggs. They would love you for it. And I think they're what, $5 a carton or $4 I don't know. Brandon, throw the price in the chat. We'll pimp you out. But yeah, my a couple of my other friends, they just got like 30 dozen eggs this week alone. I was like,
Wow.
holy cow. So I'm not trying to be up on a soapbox, guys, but go support local and you will not be dissatisfied with that. But he said $3 a dozen. All right, cool. But yeah, if you guys are in that neck of the woods, go support, which is great because I planted, to get back to the garden thing, 16 purple potato plants, a ton of purple basil, peppers, cayenne, poblano, and then I also did purple kohlrabi and beets.
So purple is gonna be a thing. Like, I'm gonna come over and be like, Tony, throw me up some purple.
Well, what's really cool about that is when you harvest all the herbs and stuff, and I have a ton of herbs right now,
Yeah.
the house always smells so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I,
Oh, yeah.
I harvest through the course of the season because when the stuff pops up, I click it. And here's the best part about basil is if you don't let it flower and just keep trimming it, it will keep growing.
Oh, okay.
Same thing with oregano. If we didn't have the switch of the seasons here, like 6 months of I don't know what it is, blazing hot, and 6 months of I can't find my car because there's 12 freaking foot of snow everywhere.
Well, this winter, though, was it bad down there? Because it was not as bad as I was expecting it to be up here.
We had a very mild winter, which scares me because the past couple of days it has been like 72 degrees here. And we're not talking like the fun 72 degrees. Like,
It was
okay,
warm.
I walked from one room to the other and I needed a shower.
Sweaty balls.
So, yeah, I don't. If that is any foreshadowing to what this summer is going to be, Shveddy balls ain't going to cover it.
Sweaty. Extra sweaty, I guess.
Right, which
Oh,
you know what? Hey, whoever invented, and I posted this every year when summer rolls around. The guy that invented AC, thank you, because my sweaty balls appreciate that.
Michael Bloom's joining in, says, yo.
Yes.
Brandon said everything that you're listing, Jeannie has made.
Yes.
And also $3 a dozen. You did mention that. So if anybody needs those eggs, get in touch with Brandon or get over in that direction. And if you're doing the farmers market thing, let us know, Brandon. We'll always support.
Absolutely.
Cilantro and lime, Tony. Cilantro and lime. You also
Yes.
had like pineapple mint, chocolate mint, all these different kinds of mints.
Which I still have.
Michael Bloom says, turning into sweaty balls. Not really what I expected. You're welcome. You're welcome. Tuning in, not turning in. I'm glad you're not turning into sweaty balls. On the
Please don't do that.
72, that would be nice. A nice high. It went to 90 today there in El Paso for Brian. So.
Well, that's because you're like literally 2 zip codes away from Satan's anus down there.
Exactly. It is so hot there. And I wasn't there when it was super, super hot when I visited, but holy hell. It was enough, though. I was just like, nope, I sweat too much. I sweat too much here.
I am too furry to be in hot places. Granted, I love a longer growing season, but I am too damn furry. And here's the thing. When you're sweaty, when you're furry, no one's having any fun. Just saying.
Oh, no. Nobody is. No. And it gets too hot for me to actually just, like, throw off my hair. Like, no thanks.
Right.
John says, well, Tony, you can always come down here and visit me along about August and share the Death Valley heat with us. That is in San Antonio.
I have been down there.
Penal Pass?
Penal Pass, apparently. No, I've been down to San Antonio, and I gotta say, love the Riverwalk, but fuck that heat. And I was down there, I think, what was it, like right around October or November? And it was
Yeah.
still blistering hot then, but no, I'm good with all of that. What do we got over here on Facebook? Shut up, Brandon. And let me know when supper's ready. Brother, you are always invited to my house for supper because here's the thing. I love cooking. I love me some fresh produce. I love me some fresh meat. And if y'all are in the local area, hit me up. And if I'm making food, y'all are welcome.
On over. I love grilled veggies too. Like
Oh, yeah.
grilled veggies, onions when you do them on. Oh my god, so good. Such good stuff. I absolutely love this time of year because the weather is starting to get nice again. Up here, driving by the wetlands and everything, seeing the different birds that actually have flown in. There's so many different ones just in the wetlands driving by. I was like, holy shit! I'm like trying not to get into a wreck because I'm always like, what bird's that? Which one's that? Oh, that's a herring. Holy shit, that's a swan. Fucking Canadian geese. Like it's the first time I've ever seen these things in my entire life or something. But to see them all
Right.
at this, I'm like, oh yeah, there's so many more too, but I have no idea
Nice.
what they are, to be honest. So it's beautiful. It is beautiful.
Yeah, well, and that's what's nice about it is I finally got. Oh, do I have them with me? Shit, no, I don't. They're still soaking. So I finally found, and get this. This is one of the things that we were talking about for teas. I finally found some passion flowers.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to be growing them like a madman. Funny thing is, you actually have to soak them for 24 to 48 hours before you can sow them. Because if you just sow them, they won't grow.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Can you explain to those of us that don't sew?
So we're not talking a needle pulling thread. We're talking about doing some sowing the seeds into the soil. Sometimes you have to do a little preemptive work of soaking the seeds in warm water or just soaking the seeds in general. So that way they will germinate. Once they germinate, then you can plant them into water, or you can plant them into soil, or you can plant them into peat. Anything that is a grow substance or grow sediment that is going to help germinate the plant and make it fully grow, which is amazing because I've grown avocados in water.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I've never I had good intentions. I put the pits on the side. I'm like, yep, I'm gonna do this. I've seen people do this.
Yes.
I'm gonna put the little sticks and the toothpicks or whatever you do into them to hold that thing up and then put it in the water and do that. I'm like, but it never happens. They just dry out and kind of hang out, and I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Well,
I have intentions. I have good intentions or just intentions. I'm not sure.
I'm pleased to report that my starfruit tree is now becoming a bush.
Nice.
And my black turmeric has popped up, and it's about yay tall, which I got to go through and do some photos of some stuff for gardening update in suburbia. So if you guys are on my socials, guys, go check that out. My raspberries are going ham right now. And I have all fresh shoots for my grapevine. It's literally crawling up the lattice the way that I wanted it to this year.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's awesome. I'm excited to keep on hearing about that. I do like catching up with you on gardening in suburbia. If you guys are interested, he gives a lot of good tips. Like you started that, what?
Oh, God. Ever since my kids were little, I've been trying to teach them how to garden, but really going hard with it was probably around 2015 is when I started developing my front lawn into box gardens, which I'll be adding 2 more this year. I just got to get some more fresh soil and be able to build it up. Because, guys, here's the cool part about this. If you want to be eco-friendly and add some neat little things, if you have a 4x4 square foot spot on your lawn, you can take about 30 stacks of newspapers and then get you some 2x4s or some 2x6s, put them over top of the newspapers, So that gets rid of the weeds, and then just fill the rest of it up with dirt and plant whatever in a square foot by square foot section. And the amount of food that you can get out of 1 square foot is holy shit amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait to kind of try because I always say I have green thumbs. So I've always wanted to try to do it, but I still get nervous about like the whole process and making the time to do it. If you say for someone like me, I work 10 to 12 hour shifts depending on what's going on, and like now I'm going into a 7 day. How easy is that to kind of maintain with that stuff? Like, what is the biggest thing that somebody like me would probably start with? Like, what's the easier plant to do?
Radishes.
A what?
Radishes.
Radishes are the easiest one to be able to maintain with someone that has a busy work schedule.
You could literally throw radish seeds in a pot, and within 2 to 3 weeks, you've got radishes.
Okay. And tomatoes?
Tomatoes are a little bit longer because you have to have lots of hot, dry, somewhat humid heat, because that's where the tomato develops. Same thing, similar with peppers, but if you water it once a week, it should be fine, where you really saturate the soil, because certain plants don't like wet feet, which means they don't like wet roots. So you want well-drained soil, but you also want it to be able to that's why I like the self-watering pot, because you fill the pot up with water and it waters itself. When that's gone, you just fill it back up. So it's almost dummy proof if you're just paying attention to the water. And aside from that, throw it in the sun, it'll be fine. Like, okay. Here's the thing.
So like on rolling carts too, like if you have a place where you are growing and you don't get enough sun in certain places, but you need to be able to make it mobile, you can even do that too, can't you?
So here's the funny part about it. Let me tell you what I have not planted and what is already popped up and probably almost ready to harvest with the freeze and the frost that we've still had, because I think we're out of the frost area, because I literally started planting on the 1st and did it yesterday. But onions, garlic, asparagus, strawberries, oregano, chives, raspberries, grapes, and what's the other one? I had one more. I have beets and carrots that came back up from last year. So, and here's the thing. Most root vegetables, you can grow them all through the course of the seasons and whatnot. Now, obviously, you want to pay attention and do some due diligence. And they have a ridiculous amount of YouTube videos, which if you're watching us on YouTube, just type it in. Somebody has already covered it. And if you're like me, that I've been gardening all my life, but I still have those questions that sometimes I'm afraid to ask, that's why I go to the YouTube College of Learning. Because the best part about that is you can literally get a self-watering pot, get some topsoil, throw some seeds in it, and wait for a couple of weeks. Guess what? Things are going to grow.
That's really cool. And I know that you have done like dehydrating, you've made your own like spices, ground up all that stuff, done all those different things. So it really is a process, but it's something that, you can tell it's a labor of love, but it's also, it feeds the family. It has all you have all your fresh stuff you've canned and things like that as well. So it's cool to see like the whole process of the gardening. And also I noticed too that you have buckets of water that are outside that you just set outside. Can you explain a little bit about why you do that instead of generally just the hose? So
here's the best part about that. When you live in the city, obviously you have a water bill. And if you're anything like some of the bigger cities, you're on water restriction. Now, if you're gardening and you're using that water, obviously there's a bunch of chlorine and stuff that they put on it, and they go through and purify the water and do all this other stuff. Here's the best part about it. How many have ever literally had a pool? You put all this stuff in there, you do this, that, and the other thing to shock it, to clean it, to do whatever, right? Once it's been in the sun for a minute, all of that chlorine is gone. That's why you have to keep reapplying it.
Mm-hmm.
So an old farmer that I went to the library to learn about box gardening, to learn about square foot gardening, but for purely selfish reasons, I got free plants.
Yeah, which is nice. That's a nice thing, yeah.
Well, that's the thing is, guys, I encourage you, go to your local library. They probably have a seed lending library. And the best part about that is if you can keep the seeds, you can bring it back and rejuvenate it for the next year. And if you did everything properly, your harvest is going to be exponentially bigger than the seeds that you sown. So the cool part about all of that is when I take these buckets, and this farmer taught me, if the buckets have been in the sun for a solid hour, all of the impurity stuff basically has been burned out because it's very similar to a swimming pool. And I went, no way. So I did a little due diligence and test. So I put water in a bucket and tasted it, right? And then I came out in about a 2-hour time frame and dipped my cup in a bucket and drank out of the water. And it was really weird because it totally tasted different.
Yeah. Okay.
And I went, wow, just the sun for 2 hours in a bucket. Now, call me crazy. I don't know whether it was primed, but I'm telling you what my experience is. And here's the thing, guys. Do not take my word for it. Go do it yourself. Tell me what your guys' results were of growing and cultivating and harvesting. I mean, and here's the thing. I would love to swap seeds with you because I have a surplus of seeds. And here's the cool part about it. If you can get various different seeds that you can't get anyplace else. So the cool part about having a seed lending library is maybe they've been looking for that 1976 or that 1776 Macklemore cucumber seed that you can't get anywhere, but yet everybody knows about it. So, and
I think of Macklemore, I'm like popping tax.
Right. Exactly. But that's the thing, is that's a heirloom cucumber. And being able to seed save and do all of this other great stuff with that is now you're perpetuating the cycle of heirloom seeds. So hybrids, they're great, but most of the time they don't keep their consistency of taste because they're not growing true to form. If they're heirloom, they will grow true to form.
Yeah, and do you see that many like heirloom? Do you get many of that in the stores anymore? Or is it more?
That's the thing. Is like when you're looking at that stuff. Some of the seed lending libraries have that. Some of the big box stores like Meyer has heirloom seeds. Walmart, it's always touch and go. And the funny part about that is if you go to the dollar store, 9 times out of 10, they have like 4 seed packets for $1.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yep.
So,
yeah, so you can garden on a dime. You can reuse seeds and things like that as well. So
yes.
I have one more question. It's getting close to the top of the hour, but I am, really interested in
You're good.
the suburban garden and all that stuff. I do see that when you have plants, you mix them in with different kinds of flowers as well. So is that decoration or what are those purposes?
So here's the neat part about it's called plant companions or partnering with plants, because certain plants that are planted together grow better. And what do you think about when you're making like a bread or you're making like a pasta? Tomato, basil, right?
Yeah.
Tomato and basil grow really, really well together. Oddly enough, apparently this year, which I'm discovering, but I still got to do the due diligence, apparently strawberries and oregano go really well together. I don't know why, but all of them are blowing up because the strawberries have taken over half of my plot that I have in my front yard, along with my oregano. But peppers and basil apparently do really well too. Garlic and, oddly enough, cucamelons do really well together. Onions are, you can pretty much plant them with anything. But like I said, don't take my word for it. Do your due diligence. Find out. And here's the cool part about it. 9 times out of 10, when you go to the seed lending library, they probably have a master gardening class that you can take, and they will do
Oh, yeah.
free soil samples to find out what you need to add to your soil. So that takes,
Oh, that's really cool.
right.
Takes the guesswork out of trying to figure that part of it out.
Well, and that's the thing is that, anymore people want to go through and plant and do stuff. Like there was this YouTuber who literally took, I think it was like, oh God, what was it? It was like, I think 1,400 square foot and grew a year's worth of produce in a remote part of California. And it was literally out on his deck. And it was all in pots and all in containers and grew enough food for a year. Like, holy cow.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. That is really cool.
And
I
it's
have
really
seen
easy to do.
one more thing I have seen is why do people put like marigolds or things like that in with their gardening?
So I have not had any luck with this, but I think the first couple of years when I planted marigolds around most of my produce and veggies, it's supposed to deter critters because the marigolds don't really smell that great to them. Now, apparently, when you're doing that, critters don't get detoured because if they smell fresh fruits and veggies, they're going to come and eat it.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
but it's something that you could possibly do, but it hasn't worked for you.
well, and that's the thing is that you got deer and rabbit spray, you got all this other stuff when you're doing all these chemicals, but keep in mind, if it goes into the soil, it goes into your food, then it goes into your body. So
that's a good point as well.
If you want to keep out the critters, learn how to build really good fences.
All right. Thank you for sharing all those different things. Those things that I've really wanted to ask you questions about, and you do have a lot of viewers right now.
That's awesome.
And it's that time of year, so hopefully you guys were able to take something from what Tony's knowledge that he's had by doing this since 2015, like suburban gardening. If you enjoy what we're talking about tonight, you can definitely check out his gardening in suburbia for those tips and things as well. You are on Facebook with that?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. I'm honestly thinking, and that's where I want to talk about after the top of the hour, Patreon a little bit, because what do you guys want to see for all the behind the scenes stuff? Like, Heather and I have kicked around so many ideas of us being in the kitchen and talking about fresh produce and how our processes of seasoning food or adding herbs to food or any of that stuff. Because like any given time, I have fresh rosemary. I have probably 9 to 10 different types of mints. I have cooking sage, which is absolutely amazing. I can pull off basil, any of this stuff that I get, because a lot of the times when I can't get the seeds that I want, I will go to like Meijer. I would go to Walmart, reluctantly to Walmart, and I will grab the fresh rosemary plants, or I'll grab the fresh basil plants, because you can literally grow these things year round with just sticking a plant in a window with sun. And you've got fresh herbs that you can toss in whatever thing. And if you want to go through and get them, chop them up and throw them in a dehydrator, bing, bang, boom. Now you've got it even longer. And there's a shelf life of just dehydrating your herbs. That way you can store them. And they've done this stuff for, a millennia of doing this and drying it. And plus the house smells so amazing when you're processing fresh herbs and spices.
I come over, I was like, what you got in there today?
Well, right. And that's, we've kicked around that idea of cooking with Heather or, cooking with Tony and Heather, just because, how much nutrients can you get out of a box? Well, I make cheesecake that's from a box and people swear up and down it has nothing to do with the box.
No, you do it completely differently. And it's funny because we both kind of did like a cheesecake bake off.
Right.
And honestly, I think everybody enjoyed them both as much. But like yours was different. Like it's a creamier consistency. Mine, you bake it's like a thick New York cheesecake kind of style.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely would be interesting, and I'm looking forward to being able to do more of those kinds of things. And for for Patreon to be able to do that for our patrons.
Well, and that's the
Different
thing is,
things.
would you guys want to see, a gardening update in suburbia video? Because I can shoot those and drop them up on Patreon. So if you guys have any questions about that stuff, or maybe make some shorter content and post videos on the page here. You guys tell us if you're watching this now. Let us know in chat if you guys are watching it not live. Throw some comments up there. Like, guys, let us know what you want to see with the stuff that we're doing, because we've got our hands in so many things that we do off of camera and outside of the studio.
And I definitely need something else other than just focusing on work all the time. Like creating is definitely one of those big pieces of me, and without doing that, it makes it really tough to kind of navigate the work week. And I don't like losing my sunshine. I don't like being in dark places, and not feeling good about things. Life is best lived, and that's where I'm at with it. And
Yes.
I would love to be able to do more creations. I just would need everybody to understand that, like this week, 7 days, I'm gonna be toasted,
Yeah.
not in a
Yeah.
good way.
Well,
I'll
let's
be
get caught up
down,
in
down
chat
to the
really
ground.
quickly, and then we're
Yes.
going to go to the top of the hour, give some shout
Yep.
outs, talk about some of the channels, and then we're going to get back into the Patreon discussion.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit YouTube really quick.
Go
Brian
ahead.
says this is a place where the devil rents out. Michael Bloom says, Tony, did you get any good pulls last night? I don't really know what I'm looking at when it comes to cards.
Not really.
Baghead says you can deep fry lots of veggies. We do air frying.
Air
What,
frying's
deep
better.
frying? Time Capsule joining us says, hi folks. Hey Time
What's up, Time Capsule?
Brandon says, congrats on your bush, Tony.
Thank you.
Michael
Thank you.
Bloom said thank you to Brandon, but he took the message back. I did see it. Andy says, hey weirdos. And my dad's joining in. He says, hello, you two.
Andy Burke in the
First,
house.
Hey, Daddy-o. Andy Burke in the house. Mr. Guy says, at Andy Burke, hi. Hi, Mr. Guy. Hey, Mr. Guy. Strange Friends Media does not condone drinking out of random buckets of rainwater, says Mr. Guy. Thank you for throwing that up there. Andy says, cucumbers are great, especially when they're turned into pickles.
Yes.
And Andy says, does that mean Mr. Guy condones drinking random bucket water?
I think
Mr.
that's
Guy
what he
says,
said, yeah.
No, Andy, I don't condone anything I do. John says Tesla edition equals ACDC. Tony will get it.
Yep.
Andy says excellent policy, Mr. Guy. I feel the same way. And Mr. Guy says Heather's cheesecake was better. You didn't try his.
You didn't even try mine, dude. What the hell?
Four keeps gaming. Sup, motherfuckers?
Zombie!
Hey, zombie. What up, Mr. Guy? And Becca says I quit, and he's throwing rhinos still. So
Why do you
guys.
quit, bro?
Why are you quitting? I know he had said that he would like to do a song with me. We can definitely make that happen. Don't give up on me, Baghead. We'll do a song.
Baby, come back.
Baby, come back. I don't sing as much as I used to. I do a couple things here and there, but I haven't done it as much as I used to. So I need to get my chops warmed up for that.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna go to the.
Four keeps gaming.
We're gonna go to the Strange Friends Media Wall of Shame and then the Patreons. Wall of Fame. Sorry, what am me without my mouth?
Yeah.
We're gonna pop on over here and move some of the stuff around and make sure that you guys see what it is that we're doing. So, as per request of some of the people that were throwing a fit, is one side of the screen is all the ones that are under the Strange Friends Media umbrella, and on the other side of the screen, minus one of them, it's ones that we are affiliated with. And we guest star on. We have loud love for them and channels that we support. And we sometimes give huge thanks to because they invite us on and they keep inviting us on. So I'm still trying to figure out why that is. But you know what? I'm not complaining. So
Absolutely not. Super thankful for all of the people that we do have up on chat. If you are up in chat, yes, we're thankful for you as well. But up on screen, some of the other channels that we absolutely love, support, and I do get to be a part of here and there, which is fantastic. We do appreciate you guys. If you have a channel or if you want to share, please let us know. We can put your logo up there as somebody that we also support and want other people to go check out. We'll definitely do that. So, did you want to tell them the ones that are ours or the other ones?
I can do the ones that we're affiliated with. If you want to give the ones that are under our moniker.
So, under the Strange Friends Media moniker, we have Baghead, Magic Gaming Jerks, Tempest Striker Gaming, This Is My Brain, Chill Stream, Guitar Fridays, Initiative Impossible. We also have Suck My Deck.
There you go.
And sometimes, maybe someday, my channel for gaming. Yay.
And the ones that we're associated with, affiliated with, hang out with, and enjoy all of the content that they create. Chaos Gaming, Twiddler's Place, MTG Attitude, Rule of Cool, and Action Surge. And guys, there's so many more. Was it worth it Wednesdays? I still need to get the banner put up there. I may swap out Dragonfly Heart Gaming, but I don't want to do that because it's such a really cool logo on there. But
it is a cool logo, but at this moment in time, and you know what's going to happen. You're going to swap it out, and I'll be like, I'm doing it.
Exactly. That's why I've left it up there.
But thank you for putting that up there, though, or saying that, because without it being up there, I love Brandon's channel. I love what he's doing. I love that he's a part of Strange Friends Media. He is very appreciated.
Yes.
I did not mean to forget that part, but it's not on my screen.
I know. And I keep forgetting to get the image and put it up there. Yes, you did make the logo, and I've got to get it put up there. But yeah, so guys, go check that out. Shout out to Pause Brown, DJ Longhair. I'm forgetting a bunch of them. There's a bunch of you are in chat. Like, guys, go support these channels. There's a bunch of them that are in the featured channels tab. Loud love to all of you that come and support us. And speaking of that, we're going to get over to our patrons, which we got to get this updated. Once again, Brandon, if you're in chat, buddy, we need to update our patrons. Because for the weirdos, we have Editor J, Mr. Guy. For the deckheads, Big Box Dave. And I got a load of page. And, oh, God, I'm completely drawing a blank as to who the new ones are. But I want to say Relentless, and I want to say Matt was one of the other ones. So shout out to you guys. Thank you for supporting us. And there is so much cool stuff that just got dumped on to the Patreon. Guys, videos for days. And I'm working on some more right now, which hopefully when I'm done with this, I can actually go through and get the videos uploaded to Patreon. And yeah, guys, check out the logos. Check out the featured channels. Like, it's so freaking cool. So some of the stuff that you get is exclusive only featured content on Patreon. You can't get it anyplace else. And it's only for the patrons. So guys, what is it? $5 a month to become a tiered member on any of the tiers we have. Or I think it was $10 a month for all of them. I don't know. You'd think, being that I'd seen it earlier today, that I would remember what it is. But yeah, guys, go check that out. The link is in the description. And just to go give another quick shout out before we get back into the Patreon stuff. We are now sponsored by Dmtw and by Dubby. And guys, you can put the tags, which is down in the description. You can use the promo code to get 10% off your order for Dubby. It's an energy drink. It's actually really good. So from what I hear, Brandon he went through all of the flavors, and now we didn't crash because apparently they're all natural. So there's that. Shout out to Brandon for getting that hooked up and reaching out to them, getting us sponsored. It's always nice to be able to pay some of the bills. So we We only go with the sponsors that of products that we use and ones that we can get behind. So there is that. But
Yeah, and can you tell me? I don't know if Brandon can put that in the thing, but I thought when looking at those energy drinks, they were like zero sugars or they were very low.
yeah, something like that. I was doing some of the due diligence on it, and they're not like normal energy drinks. I want to say that they're all like natural, so it doesn't give you that crazy sugar, super caffeinated crash because that's what most energy drinks do.
Okay.
Brandon said Gemtech. Sorry, what did I say? Did I say?
I don't know what you said, but
But
Gemtech, yes.
Gemtech, yeah, guys, go check them out. They have top quality boxes. That's where actually I think he got a bunch of the playmats that he used actually on Suck My Deck. So, and guys, we're sponsored by these companies that we actually use. This isn't me shilling to go through and get paid. It would be
Or
nice
that
to get
Brandon
paid,
uses.
but we actually use this stuff, and that's what we love about supporting this stuff. What? Oh, there we go. Guys talking about the numbers. But yeah,
These days.
to go back to the whole Patreon thing, Heather, you had started the conversation earlier on in stream. Like, what would be some of the stuff that you were interested in of putting on Patreon? Because you're like, hey, chat, what do you want to see Heather to do?
Yeah, so it was brought to me a couple things. Me playing, I don't know if it was playing my drum. I don't remember that. Like just playing my drum. I know Baghead said something about singing and whatever. And then I was also asked to do art. To just have me chilling out and doing art, which I can definitely do that. I know you thought it's hilarious to see me actually cooking and doing
Yes.
things. It might be something to think about of like making things on a dime too, not always like not necessarily just getting stuff that's like canned or whatever, but with how expensive things are right now. Just trying to figure out like making a meal for cheaper, finding the best things and putting all of the ingredients and things together like that. That might be something else I'd be interested in doing. I don't know. I'm doing some more of the positive stuff again. I know that everybody really, really enjoyed that as well. And
Yeah.
I also do photography when I get a chance to do it. So that might be something else to kind of share different things from like the wetlands and different stuff here that I could capture pictures and share that stuff with you. But if you guys have any ideas, something that you'd actually pay for that's decent, because I'm not doing anything that's not decent, it's Patreon. Please let us know in chat. Let us know in chat.
Well, and that's one of the
I would
things
love
that I did today. I think I recorded like 10 or 12 videos that I still have to get rendered down and popped up on there. But one of the things that I did, since there was a few of you that talked about on Guitar Fridays, the improv and playing stuff, I went through and gave a little instructional video. It was about, I don't know, 2.5, 3 minutes long, on how I go through and do the stuff. And believe me, it's way simpler than it seems. It's not, there's not a whole lot of crazy stuff. Yes, I use the terminology when it comes to understanding what you're doing, but you go with just what sounds good, and then you go from there. So let you know that inner rhythm and let your ear dictate to you what you need to hear. So I did that. Welcome back, Dave. But yeah, I also did a one of the old callbacks, so I popped it up on there. You guys have to go check it out. It was the season 4 spoiler, which was great. That was fun. When those old timey things, and I also did a deck tech on there. Showed you how the deck was built, and then I played a couple of rounds on Arena and just destroyed the competition, which is funny because I played it on Magic Gaming Jerks, and they hate me there for that. But I mean, would you guys want to see that on Patreon? Of more stuff like that, or seeing me do a gardening in suburbia update, dropping it in there. You guys can take a look at some of the stuff that I'm growing, and just having more insight to how we do all this stuff. Because Patreon, we can put whatever we want on there. We don't have to worry about being demonetized or this, that, and the other thing. obviously with appropriate subjects at hand. But most of the stuff that we're doing, we're literally providing content to you guys. So is,
Finally.
what would you guys want to see?
I say finally. Yeah, or like, I like to make logos and stuff like that and just kind of dink around with that. I would be perfectly fine. What? What are you talking about? Shut up. Perfectly, I would love to be able to sit there and do logos or just whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing art, doing photos, editing photos and things like that. I could also even just kind of chill and do that. But yeah.
Well, it's funny you say
fault, that. And I'm not in nobody's vagina. Oh, God. I don't get stuck in vaginis.
It's funny that you say that because we just went and to Red Rum, the local tattoo place here.
Yeah.
And Melissa just got an addition to her leg piece for all the exotic birds. And the guys there were talking about, hey, do you know any photographers? And she pipes up and she's like, yeah, Tony takes really great pictures.
You do too, yeah.
So then I show them some of the stuff that I had taken with the guitars and whatnot. And then I grabbed her phone and I snapped a couple of pictures of the tattoo artist, Josh, who does incredible work, and did it in black and white, which is one of my favorite things to shoot in. And he was like, holy shit, you just got that on a phone? I'm like, yeah, dude. Imagine what I can do with a real camera. Like...
Oh, God. David's back stirring shit up in the chat. Oh, God. Do I even want, like, you make me read these things.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, no, I definitely would love to see, like, what she's gotten done. She had that unicorn done. I thought that was really cool. And the parrot piece that she had, too. It's really cool.
She got another one of those.
They do a great job there.
Yeah, honestly. Well, and it's funny because they actually moved into a bigger building, like, just down the street.
Oh, did they? Okay.
So now they have a whole facility. Well, actually, do you remember where the old flea market was right there with the two big open areas? Where, what's your destination?
Oh, yeah.
That's the place they moved into, and it's absolutely awesome. There is so much space now, and they have all the booths and stuff set up, which is really freaking cool. And guys, if you like rock and metal, that's what's playing the whole time while they're in there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let's see. Hey, guy. Evil Dave. Hey, man. What's up, Andy? I think Heather is still stuck in Mr. Guy's huge vajayjay. Still echoing. Andy says, just enjoying Tony and Heather talking and all the weirdos in chat. Thank you, Andy. MTG attitude. It's okay. Heather guy has an incredible vagina. Thank you. Mr. Guy, don't talk about my vagina. It's sensitive. God. And Andy, see, it's Evil Dave. I love this taste of French, bro. You know this. Oh, it's definitely Evil Dave. Andy, held to the yeah. And, and Heather and Tony, I'm having an amazing dick day today. Thanks for letting us know, Dave. Thank you. And Brandon, it's T and H. Just so you guys aren't, with something without...
Aren't endorsing something without firsthand experience. I just sent each of you a W starter sample pack. Ah, you're the best, dude.
Thanks, buddy.
Hell yeah.
We'll try that out. Yeah, because I was going off of what Brandon said about it being awesome. So thanks, Brandon. He tested things out first. But he went for us to be able to have those sponsors.
Yeah.
So thank you for that as well.
Yeah, shout out to Brandon doing the legwork on getting some of these sponsorships. And actually, he's gotten all the sponsorships so far. But we got some more stuff coming down the pipe, guys, which is really freaking cool. And all of us working together behind the scenes and doing all of this stuff. So, yeah, guys, I encourage you, whatever you want us to go through and do on video. I mean, if you guys want us when we get these W packs, do you guys want us to do a legit reaction to these on Patreon? Because I'm curious myself.
I'd do that.
Because Brandon said he really liked the Beach and Peach one. And what was the other one you said you liked, Brandon? Because we actually had it on the live stream last night with Jay, and apparently that was 2 out of the 3 flavors that Brandon liked, or 1 out of the 2 flavors. I don't remember, but getting the opportunity to do that, because and is that all they do is energy drinks, or do they do teas and coffees and stuff like that? Like, I'm really
I don't
curious
think
to know.
so. I think it was just energy drinks, but I could be wrong there. Dave says W is really good. It's made with a coffee extract. Legit reaction for sure. Again, I know he said orange cream, but there's something else there, beach and whatever.
Nice.
I hate that the heart's in the way. I can't see it. They
No
are
jitters.
amazing. No jitters. So Dave has tried them out as well, and they are also sponsored on the MTG Attitude Crew is sponsored by them as well, or affiliated, sponsored.
No, they're sponsored. They have a similar, I think, percentage off. I think it's 10% off your order. If you use promo code MTG Attitude, go check them out. I'm avenging you, Jay. MTG Attitude promo code for Dubby with Brandon, because it was great last night on live stream.
10% off.
10% off, guys. If you want to try that stuff out, like, I encourage you to go check it out. That's what we're all going to be drinking here and doing. Apparently, a reaction when we get our kits and posting it on Patreon. So, see, full circle moment.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Thank you all for jumping in and chiming in on that. Also, Dave, I believe, did you try all of them too? Brandon says loved each of the 5 sample packs to some degree or other. Oh, that was the question I was going to ask for those two, because they have tried it. Is there a weird aftertaste to it? I have found a few energy drinks that I do like that are supposed to be more natural, instead of just, because when I go get ready for work, to have something that's quick to take with me instead of having to stop and get like my $15 coffee. I'll just say that's that much by the end of tipping and things like that, because I do like to tip. It's easier for me to just pack that and go. If it is something that doesn't give you the jitters, that it doesn't make you feel crappy after drinking it, doesn't have that weird aftertaste or whatnot. Affiliated sponsors implies that the company pays us directly. Okay, just double checking on that. I didn't want to say it wrong. So we are affiliated
by them,
and we're affiliated with the Dmtw. So
yes,
that's awesome. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, hanging out with us, and letting us talk about all these different things. You need to shake the shit out of it, and it can be a bit grainy. Tiny scoop too, which I find weird. Okay, so there's some things, just like with anything. If the taste is good, that's a bonus. But do you just like use one of the shakers? You could probably do like the little blender thing. But I like to add those kinds of things. I get the Celsius ones, and I mix that into like the LaCroix or whatever, the bubble water that has a little bit of flavor stuff in it, or just regular.
Yeah.
And that gives me, instead of drinking pop, that's what I'll do.
Nice.
So,
well, and that's, as these different, affiliates come out, and we're getting different things to go through and try. I'm looking forward to a lot of the stuff. I mean, it would be really cool if we can get, sponsored or affiliated by, some of these garden companies.
Oh, yeah. I always say about the hair,
Well, there you go. Yeah.
For example, I shake the shit out of Editor J, and he seems more palatable. And Brandon says, I like to shake it up and then add some ice. Awesome drinks.
So you're saying that you have Shaken J syndrome?
Oh, God. I would say try the bubbly waters with it, and because that usually with the Celsius that I use or whatever, Celsius.
Heather, you're using the wrong accent. It's pronounced babla.
Babla. The bubbler water, kid. It's a sparkler. It mixes it actually, because it bubbles up. It will get rid of the mix, and you just like stir it just a little bit, and then add ice to it. Fantastic.
Heck yeah!
Day complaining about the size of the tiny scoop of the scoop. There you go. You guys are awesome. Honestly, today has been one of those days. Ended up just like feeling like garbage. I messaged and was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I legit felt like I was dead. But anyway, so here I am, and I'm glad that I came. You guys have made me feel like uplifted. I love seeing all of you guys, even though you make me say weird shit. But I do appreciate all of you, and it's always good to hang out with you, Tony. Always good to catch up.
Well, yeah,
Again,
and
next week.
like you
Oh, go ahead.
said, there's so much stuff going on now that the weather's warming up. And
Yes.
guys, we are blowing it up with festival season once again. Tuscola Palooza, July 20th. Get your tickets. They've
Yeah.
got all of that going on. The headliner is going to be absolutely amazing.
Soda pop. Yes. Did she say soda pop?
It's sort of pop.
The soda. It's a soda.
It's
But
soda.
yeah, the Tuscola Palooza. Looking forward to that. We're gonna be there
Yep.
celebrating our birthdays because both of our birthdays are coming up. in a
Because only the
couple
cool
months.
people are born in July.
Born in July. So we're gonna celebrate that and be able to hang out with so many of our friends and community from there. If
Yes.
you're not from around here and you want to come and join us, let us know. We can always get you tickets and have camping set up or something for you guys to be able to come and hang out. Oh yeah, Dave is also born in July. Our birthdays are close to each other, so we are both Cancerians if you go by signs. What's your sign? If you go by that. But yeah,
Bipolar.
if you're interested in if you're interested, shut up, asshole. If you're interested in coming to Tuscola Palooza and you want to hang out with us, maybe we'll do a barbecue or something.
That'd be awesome.
Do the farmers market, and also Renfest is going on too. So
Yep.
we might do hit all of that stuff up if you guys want to come hang out with us. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and it's festival season. I mean, if you can find a local festival, we're probably going to be at it because that's what we do. We're always showing up and hanging out at these different festivals, different events, different venues. I mean, good Lord, spring, summer, fall. If there's a festival or an event going on, one of us or both of us are probably at that festival and event. So
now we have Brandon coming and joining in with us as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hard to believe my daughter Cheyenne will be 25 Saturday. Ooh, happy birthday to Cheyenne.
Damn.
Soda is carbonated water, bud. Congrats and happy birthday to your daughter, MTGA. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. What an awesome community you guys are. We thank you so much for joining in and always celebrating and sharing with us everything we got going on. Wrong, Brandon. Soda water.
Pronounce
It's not White
soda.
Claw. I'm not mixing the White Claw with the energy drink. That would be dumb. That might make me wear the box and the packet on my head.
That's right. That's right. Well, that's why it's called the sample pack because you only can get the box on your head.
Yeah, that's right. So have some packet earrings. Pop is a pet name for your dad.
Exactly. What's up, Pop?
What's up, Pop? Ew. Thank you guys so much for joining in. We love you guys, love this community, appreciate your support, coming in, hanging out with us, watching, being here live, or if you catch us after the fact. A big huge shout out again to all of those that we put up on the screen earlier and to our patrons. We do appreciate you guys for hanging in, sticking it out. We're starting to get that content going. If you guys do have any ideas, go ahead and let us know. We'll continue to keep on, maybe doing some try before buy things or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Show us your tits, Tony.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Dave wants your titties. Dave wants your titties.
No, nobody wants to see my titties.
So again, heartfelt. I'm trying to be heartfelt here.
Yeah, no, still not buying it. I'd buy that for $1.
Oh God, yes. So again, thank you guys so much. We will have more of that stuff coming up. Check out if you are a patron, be on the lookout for those videos coming up when we're getting those posted. I will try to get some over to Tony. I will try to work on some this week. Like I said, it's a little bit more difficult during a 7-day, but I'll see what I can do. Maybe I'll play my drum for a little bit, or
that would be awesome.
See what's going on. Share some of that stuff. So thank you guys again. We do love you all. We appreciate you for hanging in. Do you have anything else before we go ahead? I know the chat is blowing up. You guys are getting out the last.
That's awesome.
Right
you guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for showing up and showing out. Tomorrow I will be doing Guitar Fridays, and Saturday we'll be doing Chill Stream. So guys, make sure you get that like button, bing and the notification bell. So when we do go live, you guys can see our smiling faces standing next to the radiant son of the universe, Heather, which looks way prettier than the rest of us knuckleheads do. But no, guys, we're always putting up content. We are almost to the point we were doing, I think, every single day of the week, minus one day, we're doing content now, or we are on another channel providing content that we're trying to share here. So guys, we're always posting stuff, dropping videos. I think it's Thursday in Wednesday ish that Was It Worth It gets posted. So shout out to Brandon. Go follow that. No, Was It Worth It right here on Strange Friends Media.
You ding dongs. Everybody's on. I have one more thing. Okay, they all have one more thing. I'm just letting you know. Everybody, one more thing. Just one more thing.
One more thing.
Damn you fools. They love you all, and I know we love you all, and I know that you're gonna go ahead and continue on to keep it weird. See you guys.